What is a favorite memory you have when you were a child?
A favorite memory that I had. Okay, so my grandma, she used to be a paletera, which is people who would sell popsicles, and she would ask me to sell them in the streets. And so, I don't know if you've ever seen those people who go around with their carts and paletas screaming, paletas with a little horn. Yeah, I used to do that. I don't know why that memory came up, but I really enjoyed doing that. So my name is Diego Vasquez. I am 20 years old. I'm a computer scientist and I'm from Oaxaca, Mexico. So I was born in a small pueblo, which is like a village per se. It's called Santiago Pozo Locotlan, Oaxaca, Mexico. In the pueblo that I was from is very traditional. Every morning we would eat chocolate con pan, which is chocolate and bread, and atole, which is I think why most of my family are diabetic. Um,
What do you consider to be home?
to me, home would always have to be Santiago Postlo, Cotlan, Oaxaca. Always. Like, regardless of where I am or where I consider my permanent place to be at, my true home would always have to be that small village in Oaxaca. Oaxaca, we hold more of our indigenous cultures. We're prideful of that, and so you see that a lot. Whereas I feel like Mexico is more modern. I don't really know specific differences because I haven't been to Mexico. I've only been to Oaxaca, and so that's why I feel like I consider myself Oaxacan because like I haven't experienced what Mexico is like. One of the many things that I love about my town is the community. Everybody's like so close to each other. Like over there, they don't even have to know your name. They just have to know your parent, like whose son or daughter you're from. They instantly know like who you are. It's a good town. I really like it. It's very beautiful. I miss it a lot.
Can you tell us a little bit about how immigration started in your family to the United States, specifically Oregon?
The way that it started is that my dad, before he met my mother, he came to the United States because one of his siblings, his older sibling, moved here. He moved here when he was 18 years old. They came here because they were influenced by other people who came from those programs, and they saw that here in America they could make a living of himself, and it was like better than what it was in the pueblo. Once he got here, he somehow managed to get amnesty and become a citizen, and then that's when he started traveling back to my town, and he met my mother, and then they got married, and then they had us, and then he worked very hard to bring all of us here to America with him.
How old were you when you came here?
I was around 9 years old. I didn't know anything about the language here, and so it was very, very hard. I remember in school they assigned me someone who would translate what people were saying. I guess that's one of the reasons why I became shy throughout the whole like my middle school and high school years, was because like at that very critical moment, like I couldn't express myself the way I wanted to, and I was always very timid in speaking up because I would have an accent or I wouldn't know how to say something.
Cuando tú estabas creciendo y cuando estabas viviendo en ese ambiente, ¿sentías la discriminación?
Cuando estaba en Oaxaca, no, para mí yo no miraba discriminación en Oaxaca, pero la primera vez que las personas me miraban como alguien inferior es cuando me moví aquí por mis propios padres. Estaba en middle school y era como un parent-teacher conference. Mis padres fueron a hablar con mi study hall teacher para ver si cómo me estaba portando y todo eso. Y me preguntó a mi study hall teacher si hablaba zapoteco, porque sabía que era de Oaxaca. Le voy a decir que lo entendía, pero no lo sé hablar tanto. Y es cuando mis padres como me dieron como un like quiet down, Y en ese tiempo no sabía por qué, pero después de ese momento es cuando realicé que había como una discriminación con las personas indígenas, especialmente de Oaxaca. La razón por que tengo mucho orgullo es porque todas las personas piensan que no puedo hacer cosas como si no soy muy inteligente. Como mi major que estoy ahorita, Computer Science, varias personas averiguan que son de Oaxaca, como me van a dudar. Y a mí me gusta que las personas piensan eso de mí, porque luego puedo decir, tú pensaste que no lo pude hacer, y lo hice. Para mí eso es como la meta de mi vida, que prove everybody wrong about what they think about me.
Tú dijiste que más que nada estabas confundido en los Estados Unidos en el ambiente. ¿Cómo se sintieron tus familiares, tus padres, tus hermanos?
Pienso que mis padres sabían por qué estaban aquí y es porque nosotros podemos tener una vida mejor y por eso es que pasaron por ese sacrificio de dejar todo, de literalmente todo, en el pueblo. Entonces para ellos pienso que como no se sintieron mal, como si era como un investment que por su sacrificio sus hijos pueden hacer algo mejor que lo que hicieron ellos. En cambio mis hermanos, honestamente no sé cómo se sintieron porque nunca he platicado de estas cosas con ellos. Pero me imagino como eran más menores de edades que como se adaptaron más fácil. Como yo tenía 9 años, entonces es ese momento crucial donde te buscas a ti mismo y dices, esto es quién soy y esto es lo que hago y todo eso, pues fue más difícil. No quiero ser arrogante, pero pienso que fue más difícil a mí porque era más grande y estaba en esa etapa. I'm not gonna lie, when I was a kid and when I was growing up, my parents restricted me a lot. And so like most of the decisions and most of the things that I liked was because of my parents. Which is why I feel like when I grew up and then when I started like actually deciding things for myself, I didn't know what I liked and what I disliked. I didn't really know who I was because my parents used to do all of those decisions for me. But if there's anything that I liked here about America is that it allowed me to have more of an open mind and explore things which I probably wouldn't have ever like explored in my hometown. And my parents don't like that because they're very traditional, and that's a very traditional thing to do. Even though I would consider it my hometown always and like where I call home, I feel like I would probably live somewhere else, and that's because like in Oaxaca, there's a very little growth. Like you can't really have a good job and like expand your horizons there because everything is so limited. Whereas moving somewhere else, like I feel like there's a lot more opportunities, and that's when my parents came here, so I could have more opportunities to do better things than what I could have done in Oaxaca. Besides my schoolwork, I'm involved with Mecha, which is like a Chicanx political movement here to, like help out La Raza and stuff like that. And I'm actually a founder of the first multicultural fraternity here. It's Latino based. And the whole reason why I do that is because I got this great opportunity to attend higher education and like learn all of these skills. And I would want to help out people who are trying to get the same thing too. I like to take advantage of things. I have a YouTube channel that I do to hopefully make someone's day just a little bit better. My videos probably suck, but it's okay. I just like to do a whole bunch of like things, and because I feel like a lot of people here take things for granted and like they could do whatever they want. It's just that they don't start it, and so that's what I want to do. I just want to do as many things as I can. After school, I would want to work for like a big company like Google or Microsoft and work as a programmer, and then like after some time work as a animator in Pixar's, and then after that have my own video production / photography company. Yeah, that's like my plan A. The best advice that I can give somebody is to just like do what they want to do. Like don't listen to what people tell you that you can't and can't do, because in reality you can do anything. Just basically follow what you desire, and if you really want it, you'll get it eventually.